Hi guys, John with you again, and it's time again to start another project. Now, if some of you remember, if you've been watching my channel, about 8 months ago, I built this. Ta-da! Okay, little Hetzer. Okay, came out beautifully. Lovely little kit. It's from Academy, and if you remember back then, I told you that I have 2 of them. Yes, I have 2 of them. So it's time now to get the other one built, okay? Purely because I don't have anything else in my stash. I don't have a stash. I'm not one of these rich modelers, got loads of bits and pieces, big stash of kits and every product mentionable. I don't. I have this one here, okay? Which is the exact same as that. The only difference is somebody else built a Hetzer. Can't remember who it was. To be quite honest with you, I'd have to go back into the videos and comments and things like that. But somebody else had built a Hetzer, and they were wondering about painting it, and they didn't get this actual version of it. They didn't get the Academy one, which came with the lovely masks set. And they were asking me how I got about, getting my one painted and how nice and neat and everything else that came out. So I told them that I have a mask set that I'd give them. So they sent me their address and I sent it off to them. I sent them off the mask set because I want to do this one build it the exact same. Okay, build it as a Hetzer, perfect. But go for one of the other paint schemes that's available. And then I was thinking to myself, do you know what, I mightn't even go by what it's supposed to look like, because if I can find it there now, if I can lay my hands on it, here we go. I have my little decal transfer sticker box, right? And must be about 2.5 years ago now, I had a King Tiger from Academy, and it came with a set of decals, mad decals, and I wasn't that well up on decals at the time, but it basically came with these. Okay, that's all one piece. Unfortunately, I cut it, or did I? Yep, I did. I cut that. It was one card. Okay, and that card is basically about 100 or so of these things, okay, which is part of a thing called the octopus pattern. Been researching away and looking on the internet and God knows what else, and what had the octopus pattern, what didn't have the octopus pattern, this, that and the other, and sort of cut a long story short, basically I couldn't find a Hetzer that had the octopus pattern. So I decided I'm going to do one with the octopus pattern. Okay, so it's just going to be the Dunkelgelb, which is the dark yellow, green, and octopus pattern. The octopus pattern basically goes into onto the dark yellow. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do it with the octopus pattern. I haven't a clue what it's going to look like. Might be good, might be a total fuck up, but who knows. When it comes to the actual build of it, I'm not going to do my usual build videos where I kind of go to the instructions, show you what I'm going to do next, go back in, do that, then come back and show you again, because I've already done that basically with the other one. I'm just going to build it and just stop every now and then, show you little updates, and eventually then we'll have it all built. So I'll get the build down to one video, get the painting on another video, getting the decals on, and final reveal. So it'll probably only be 2 videos for this one, but it'll probably take a while anyway, because if I can remember the build, it's not a hard build, but it's not exactly a shake and bake either. there are some tricky little bits and pieces to it. So I'm going to get it built, we're going to get it painted, and we're going to give it the octopus pattern camouflage. So that's basically it. So I'm going to get started on that. So the next clip you're going to see will be at some stage of the building. I don't know what. So stick with me. I'm going to get working and I'll get back to you. Okay. Okay, so I've started work now on the little Hetzer. Oh, excuse me, hiccups. I was going to get hiccups. I don't suffer from hiccups all day long. The minute I go recording, in come the hiccups. Might be a nervous thing, you never know. But anywho, as somebody might say, it's going to get a grind. No problems so far. Like I said, I have already built this kit. We can get it down again, we'll have another look at it. Okay, there's the one I built previously. Okay, came out absolutely gorgeous, really, really lovely kit. Love the paint job on that, came out so well. Doing a different paint job on this one, like I said. I'm going to give it the, should we say, good solid, call it a spurious paint job. It is a German paint job, but I don't think it was on this vehicle. Dark yellow and green with the octopus patterned dots on it. I'm literally only after gluing that piece in there, and I was after moving them. I don't like that. I don't like when they move. But yeah, together so far so good. No problems with it. Everything fits in nicely. Been trying to, while I was building this, I was trying to remember when I was building the last one, and for some weird reason it's not clicking. I'm not remembering anything of it. On now to the tracks. That's what I'm on to next. Now I do remember doing the tracks, and I do remember saying that there was when I do this kit, that I'm going to do the tracks slightly different. Now I've literally got to go back over the videos and find out what it is I said and what way I can do them differently. I don't think I had any major problems with those, but I do remember saying that I should have done it slightly different. So I'll have to go back over the videos and see what I had said about them. So I'm going to get stuck on now and get in. What am I saying? I don't know. I'm going to get stuck into the tracks now. So like I said, I'm going to have to go back over some videos. I'm going to look at other people that have made it, how they went about doing the tracks, because like I said, I don't think I had a major problem with them, but I was saying that there was probably an easier way than the way I went about it. So we'll see, we'll have a look. I'll come back to you on that one. So far so good. I mean, it's only the start of it anyway, and we've got the main tub of it, part of it together. So I'll continue on with that, and we'll have a look at the old twacks. Okay, so there, as you can see, I'm after getting the tracks on. This time what I did was I literally built the tracks onto it, okay, as opposed to building the tracks separate. What I did with the first one was I did the old, what you do for Indie Link tracks. It's where you sort of glue them all together in one big strip and then bend them around. And it works sometimes as well for link and length, but because got this sort of piece up here, okay, the fenders, because they stick out, can't really do it that way. So I had to come up with another way of doing it. And the first time I did it that way, and then kind of fitted them in, and they were falling apart, breaking apart left, right and centre. If anybody goes back over the video, you'll see it when I'm putting them together. They're all over the shop. They go on, do you know what I mean? I get them on grand for a finish, but the way I was doing it, it was just far too awkward. It took forever nearly. But this way it worked out really, really well. because what I did was, around here there's 8 links, okay, 8 separate links. So what I did was I made them into a strip, okay, with the slow setting glue, the Contacted Professional, the Revell stuff, and I also had this piece ready, and I had the down piece ready, just making sure that I had that in the right circle part, okay, because that goes in the center of that. There's a little sag sort of built into these 2 pieces here, there are 2 pieces there. So what I did was, when they were sort of still soft, bent them around that, put in these 2 pieces, glued them to the tracks, as you can see here from the little shiny bit of glue that's there from those. Okay, there we go. Glue kind of gives a little bit of a shine to it where they went in, but it's in anyway, and I'm happy with that. Both sides are done, and I also fitted the back plate as well. Okay, trying to get these fenders kind of straight, because they were sort of sagging downwards. So the only way I could get them in was to fit this back plate, because it's got these 2 little sort of edge pieces that keep that up. So that went on anyway, and everything went swimmingly. So the next start now is to get the superstructure of it all sorted out. So hopefully now that will go together easy enough. Now I remember in making this kit, I mean, as I've been doing it, I'm kind of remembering back and remembering how nice a little kit it is. It really is a nice kit to make. I'd recommend it to anybody. It builds up to a lovely little Hetzer, and if you're looking for a Hetzer, I definitely recommend this Academy one. And like I said, it comes with a mask set and everything. Now, as you know, I've already said it, I've given away the mask set off this, which is grand, because I wasn't going to use it anyway. It's 0.72, the exact same. Unless you're not going to use them in dioramas where you'd have a couple of them, it'd all be exactly the same, just the numbers different. But these are kind of standalone things, so I said I'd go for a different camo scheme in that. So next step now is to get the superstructure done, and we'll see how all that goes together and looks. Now, there she is again so far. Still a few little bits and pieces to do, and I have decided not to put on the side skirts, but I am going to put on the side skirt holding pieces. Okay. Yeah, they're kind of I'll show you. I've the instructions here beside me. So these little pieces here, I'm going to put on some of them, maybe all of them. We'll see how things go. Okay, but I'm not going to bother putting on the side skirts themselves. Right. What I might do is, do you know, in something like you do with the Tiger, where you'd cut it into pieces and put on some of them. So I might say put on, say, a back one at this side, and have one at this side and 2 at the other. You know, I'm still playing around with the idea. So I'm going to fit all the holders, the brackets anyway, and we'll see then what I do with the side skirts themselves. Whether I put them on or not, I don't know. To be honest with you, I just don't know. I want to have this one slightly different than the other one. I'd even consider doing it in green with an allied star on it, but I've decided against that. Some of you will be delighted to know. So I've got the machine gun to go on here. It's a remote machine gun. I think it was the first vehicle ever to have a remote machine gun, to be quite honest with you. I don't know. But I do know that it did have a remote machine gun, and it was a machine gun could be fired from inside. Not that you're going to see exactly where you're freaking firing from though, but because it wouldn't have had, say, camera technology or anything like that. But they had a remote station for the MG42. I think it's a 42, is it? Or is it a 34? Oh, it's a 34, MG34. Yeah, Yeah, all the MG34s were saved for vehicles because it was easier to change the barrels out and things on a vehicle than it was with the 42. Anyway, and there's a couple of handles to go on, and then the side skirty things, like I said already. And that's basically it, because there isn't very much to them. There isn't very much to them at all. When you look at it like that, they're pretty darn basic, aren't they? Still no, that they're a cute little vehicle, and the real ones are quite nice. Your man there on the Discovery Channel, I'm trying to remember his bloody name now, and I always seem to forget his name. I remember about 5 minutes ago, and the minute I turn off the camera I'll remember it again. You know, the chap that does all the vehicles and things like that, World War II stuff, I can't remember his name, but he's a program there on the Discovery Channel, and he's got one of these. He's got a little Hetzer. Still trying to rack my brain. It won't come to me while I'm talking about it. I know for a fact it won't. What did I do to it so far? Right, the barrel of these, right, they were drilled out, right, when they were slide molded, but they were only slide molded down a little bit. Okay, so I drilled it out further. I think that's nearly drilled down to about here, whereas they were only drilled to about there, so you could actually see the inside. I mean, you could, if you look down the barrel like that, you'd have been able to actually see the where it stopped. But now you can see kind of down a good bit further. That's really the only kind of adaptation I did to it, as in, you know, where I've had to do a bit of work to make it that little bit better, because otherwise everything is grand. The mechanism for the gun, it traverses, it goes up and down, so I can't say anything bad about that. Back of it does come with, you've got the tow ropes kind of wound around something, but they're just sort of, there's no actual fittings for them. I mean, there's no sort of clips. You know, if you did a kind of a little bracket or something that you'd wind the cable around, but it doesn't show any. But it shows that you just, see here, you wind up the cables, 2 cables, you wind them together, and you basically stick them on. There's nothing there to attach them with or to or anything like that, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to leave them off. And I wouldn't mind, I actually made them up and all. I made up the cables. I used the string that was provided, because it's sometimes I just like to see the way things come out of the box, and the way the manufacturer has sort of meant them to go, if you know what I mean. The idea that they did and why they went with the string. And yeah, okay, it's cheaper than say than including a bit of wire or whatever. But I know that you can get picture hanging wire, because I used it on a couple of times, where you don't have to go off making your own, braiding your own wires. You get picture hanging wire, but the same thickness as that, and it's got the you know, the braids in it, and it's pretty light as well. As in you can shape it, but even at that, you know, I don't like it. So I'm not going to use it. I just want to check on the other one, on this one here, my older one. Yep, same idea again. I didn't bother with it. I didn't bother with it on that one either. But yeah. So far so good anyway. So far so good. I'm going to finish off the last bit of the construction on it now. I'm going to fit the holders for the shielding. And like I said, I'd initially thought of not putting them on at all. Then I said I'd put on the holders. Then I went on to, you know, a couple. So jury's still out on that one. We'll see how it goes. I like the fact the way that I mean, ideas are fluid on how you finish it up. that's fluid as well. As in, you know, original ideas you had, they're all subject to change until you've actually finished it. And I just want it different than the other one. As simple as that. I just want it different than the other one, and not just in the paint job. I wanted other little differences as well. Bit of damage or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I digress. So I'm going to get back anyway, and I'm going to start. Going to get it finished off, and then we'll see what it's like finished off. We'll see which way I went. Whether I went for the full side skirts, half side skirts, or none at all. Okay, so next time you'll see it, it should be all finished, as in the construction part of it finished. Painting comes next. Okay, and now there she is, phase 1 finished. Okay, that's the construction side of it done. One last piece to put in, but I just don't have it at the moment, and that's basically an antenna. Now I might just finish off with a bit of stretched, trying to get my teeth around this one, bit of stretched sprue. Yes, heated and stretched sprue, so I might just finish off with that. I don't have any guitar strings, unfortunately. Kids haven't been breaking them, so I don't be getting them. When the Ophelis, he plays guitar and usually breaks strings, but he hasn't broken any, so I can't get any guitar strings. But this would be a much thinner area anyway, and I'm going to make it really short, so I might stick in a bit of stretched sprue. There's a bloody thing again. I might stick it in again in a few minutes, so we'll see anyway. But I've gone ahead with the side skirts. Now I've added one here on this side, give it a little bit of damage. I've also added two then at this side, right? Now what I am going to do, and what I had intended to do, and I'll do it now actually while I'm here, is if these would have been ripped off or whatever, so would these parts of it there, like that. So I'm going to roughly cut them off, but not clean them off. Now normally you'd sort of snip it and then clean it off, but I'm not going to, because I want them rough. Whereas that they were, you know, literally ripped off the side of the vehicle. Nearly said tank there. It's not a tank. It's an assault gun or a tank buster machine thingy majiggy. Right, and the same here. Right, random as hell. Okay. Okay, there we go. That's all it needed, and you know, there she is. Here's the construction of it anyway. Right. Next step now for that is to get it painted and weathered and all that. Now I probably will be going for a reasonably heavy weathering in this. So what I might actually do, because I've been threatening to do it for freaking ages, is do the hairspray method. So what I might do is I might give it its base coat, as in the, you know, its undercoat, should I say, not base coat, but its undercoat of Hull Red, which would be the red oxide paint. But then again, because of the leopard pattern, or not the leopard pattern, but the octopus thing that I was thinking of doing to it, can't really do that to it then. So I might change my idea on the octopus pattern. Might just go for sort of a standard ambush pattern on it and give it the old heavy weathering with the hairspray method, whereas you put a base coat down, or an undercoat down, it said base coat again, undercoat down of Hull Red. Of the Hull Red, then you basically seal that in with a gloss coat, right? Over the gloss coat then you put a coat of Come on, John, it'll come to you. Hairspray. There we go. Simple as that. Coat of hairspray over that. Then you paint your base coat, which would be the dark yellow, and the green and the brown. Then camouflage pattern over that. You let that all dry. You let that dry a good overnight, if not more, right? And then basically you start attacking it with water. Simple as that, just water. Now it depends on how heavy or on how light you attack it with the water. Depends on how much flakes off. Now, because this is such a small vehicle, I won't be attacking it too heavy, okay? Because I don't want too much of it to come off. I just want it to come off in patches. When I'm doing it, I will do it on camera, okay? Because there's one of the little things that I learned within in doing the hairspray method. I did it a couple of times in the past. First time I did it, I overdid it, and it was just extremely flaky and everything else. It ended up good. It ended up, I was happy enough with the finish of it, but developed another kind of a technique that I thought looked a lot better. Is when it starts to blister, okay, and you'll see what I mean when it starts to blister, is you basically go in with a bit of tissue, okay, and dab it rather than scraping it, right? And you can see the kind of the flakes appear when that dries. Then it literally looks as if the paint is flaking off rather than, say, it missing, and it looks a lot better. I think it looks a lot better. So just as it starts to lift, lifting in one or two little spots, just dab with a bit of tissue, and whatever that does, it kind of stops further action and lets what's there just kind of curl up a bit and things. Looks well, it looks nice. So I'm going to give that a go with this one again, see will it work again with this. So basically there she is. The construction is done. Next step now is to get it all finished. I will be using some Mr. Surfacer here on the exhaust. It's a bit too smooth and I want that kind of rusted up, so a bit of Surfacer will get a nice texture on that. So apart from that, everything's hunky-dory. As a matter of fact, this is very, very smooth, so I might give the whole bloody thing a bit of Mr. Surfacer to get a bit of texture in there. Or will I bother? No, I don't think I'll bother. I won't bother. I'll do it on the exhaust, alright. So, there she is anyway, lads. That's the end of part 1 of this new project. So we call it the Hetzer project. Okay, because I've already done a Hetzer, the Academy Hetzer, which is this one again, so it's pointless doing it the exact same as the last one, so I'll call it Hetzer project. Okay, that's what this video is going to be called. So that's the build sequence done. Next step then will be the painting, weathering, and the final reveal. So just 2 videos, it won't be too long. So don't forget to stay tuned for part 2, where we'll get it all finished off. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I really, really do. I don't mean to sound kind of condescending when I say that, but I actually do. I really do mean that. I'm very, very happy with all the subscribers and comments. And if you have any comments, stick them in the comments box below. I usually read them. I answer them. If there's a question involved, if someone's just saying nice work, I'll just give the old thumbs up or whatever, Do you know what I mean? If they're not asking me to say something, I don't usually volunteer to say something. So, until the next one, let's stay safe, enjoy your modelling, because that's what it's all about. I always say that, enjoy it, because that's the main thing, I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it, simple as that. And it is an enjoyable hobby. It's a satisfying hobby, and your enjoyment is out of the satisfaction you get from doing it. So until the next time, lads, take care, see you in the next one. Go out and buy yourself a kit, build it, and enjoy it. It's John signing off. See you soon.